Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We got a double header for you. I still got my jersey on from last video, but yeah, this is the day that the so-called hammer came down on the Michigan Cheaterines. They cheated 2 years ago. For those of you who don't know, they cheated 2 years ago, won the championship, blah blah blah, and the NCAA was supposed to give them a punishment, and they basically just said, it's okay to cheat. Cheating's okay. It's just as long as you get money, as long as you make us a lot of money, in TV deals and stuff, it's okay to cheat. Whatever. Maybe I'm just an Ohio State fan that's just bitter or whatever. I ain't bitter. You cheated. You should have got something, whatever. But we're going to react to this video I seen. Did the NCAA drop the hammer on Michigan? The answer is no. They just let them do what they want to do. But anyway, this is my first time watching this video, so let's go ahead and watch this.
Over the last 18 months, a phrase has been used, the NCAA is going to drop the hammer. And that has become synonymous with your national championship is going to get vacated.
Now, I didn't care if they vacated the championship. I mean, at the end of the day, they won it. They ran the ball, they made the plays, they played the game. Whether they cheated or not, they won those games. So, who cares if they got vanquished or whatever? We all saw it happen. But they should have got something. Like, come on. The current coach there was on the team, so maybe suspend him for, I don't know, however, for the important games. Like, for instance, Ohio State. We all know the Ohio State tattoo gate. They called us cheaters, took away the entire season because we got some tattoos. These dudes cheated, actual cheating. Like, did things that affected the game, gave them an advantage, an unfair advantage, and they don't get nothing. We got tattoos, and they lost the whole season. Give me a break.
What is up, everybody? Thanks for hopping in here at Crane & Company. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. If you're back again, welcome back to the dojo, to the trust tree, baby. We appreciate you. Without you, there is no us. And typically, every day we've been releasing a single season record prediction for some of the biggest brands in college football. And that was our plan today, guys. But we've got breaking news. The NCAA punishment against Michigan.
Ooh.
Yes, it's still going on. Has been levied. We're going to break down, did they drop the hammer on them, or did Michigan get off the hook? And we know everything, David Cohn, former Michigan quarterback, that's in this punishment now, which we'll go over. My brother, former Western State Colorado wide receiver.
I got my hand up. I went to Michigan.
Arrested.
And also private investigator.
Also private
Cohn's
investigator.
going to jail.
I'm not going to jail.
No, in here it's Cohn
I'm
has
not
to go to
missing
prison.
shows.
You're going to jail.
Cohn literally has a show cause in prison. So, quickly, and David, I want to go through this. Tell me what I miss, and then I want your, as a former Michigan quarterback, instant reaction off this. So, Jim Harbaugh, 10-year show calls.
And all this is happening in real time.
And it's all happening in real time. 10-year show calls, which basically what a show cause is it makes it harder for you to get hired. It muddies up the process. It's like a black mark on your resume.
Nothing.
Because that's exactly right. But listen, I'm going to tell you.
But a quick distinction.
He's not going to come back to college football anyway.
With suspension, without suspension. These are some questions we don't know, because if someone wanted to hire him or Connor Stallions, they would have to show cause. Could they still do it? That's a question.
And remember, Bruce Pearl, this is a Bruce Pearl thing when Auburn was having to hire him as well. So Jim Harbaugh, who's not coming back to college, this only affects college. It does not affect the NFL. So they can't suspend somebody in the NFL at the NCAA. He's got a 10-year. Connor Stallions has an 8-year show cause penalty, which, we were talking to some of our sources, and we didn't think it was going to be that high for Connor, a guy that we've had on this show. But Cohn, when you look at Sharon Moore, He has a 2-year show cause if he were to try and go somewhere else.
Is that what that means, though?
That's basically what it means.
'cause he's
because
already the
Michigan's
head
not going to
coach.
fire him. Michigan's not going to fire him. So it'd be him going somewhere else. And
All you Michigan fans that call Ryan Day crying day, your coach was literally crying over another grown man on national TV. That's your coach. Ryan Day took every one of his losses on the chin and came back and won a championship. Y'all had to cheat after getting your butt whipped for 20 years.
in college. But also there's a probation that's attached to this, which he has to sit out the first game in 2026, which is, Blaine?
Probably Western Michigan.
It's Western Michigan. And then you look at, he's sitting out weeks 3 and 4 of this season. So that'd be a third game he'd have to sit out. And the probation basically means you're on thin ice.
Mhm.
And if something else happens, you're going to get double the penalty.
So 10-year show cause for Harbaugh, right? 8-year show cause for Connor Stallions, who would love to return to coaching college football. He's gonna be a hell of a football coach.
Show
3-year
clause does
show cause,
nothing.
what I'm hearing right now, for Denard Robinson, who was
Wow.
at Michigan.
They got
Denard
DR
Robinson
too?
didn't do anything.
And like you said with Sharon Moore, but Michigan is expected to face a $20 million plus fine in postseason football revenue over the next 2 years. I don't know exactly how that's going to work with, like, you make the college football playoff, but more money each round that you win. Anyway, I don't think.
So with that, Michigan's not even paying that. They got all these boosters. They got the fourth richest man in the world is fondling a Michigan graduate, so he can literally pay all that, and who cares? Michigan gets nothing.
Michigan has a big deal with that right now. 4 years probation.
So this is so Ross Ellinger put this out. I just want to make sure I specify. These are the NCAA penalties for Michigan, the program, not the probation. The show cause I was talking about for Harbaugh and Connor Stallions and Sharon Moore, that is separate from this. This is a 4-year probation that Michigan's program is on now, which, like I said, means if you screw up again, the penalty is even worse. We've seen, remember when Alabama was on probation?
Yeah.
And the way that they got hit. Now, there was more of a scholarship reduction in that than what we see here, but it's in a different world.
There's nothing
so you
to
got
screw
4
up
years
on.
and
Everything's
you can't screw
legal.
up again, or you're in even bigger trouble. And here's the way the money works in this fine, David, because it's multi-pronged. It's a $50,000 fine plus 10% of the football team's total budget. So a fine equivalent to the loss of 2 postseason, whether it's college football playoff or big-time bowl games, the money that you would get from
10%.
those, a fine equivalent to the cost of 10% of all football scholarships, a 25%
Okay, so 10% of the team budgets. So if they make, so on average, a team can make about $50 million just in TV revenue. So $50 million, that's $5 million. They have to give up $5 million. It's just an example. It's probably not the TV revenue or whatever, but the football budget. So like spending $12 million on the team. What's that? $1,200,000 or $120,000?
reduction in football official visits and a 14-week prohibition on recruiting comms, which is communications. Michigan wipes their ass with $100 bills. I ain't worried about the money.
Oh.
You just paid who's that one guy y'all got? What's his name? Larry Ellison? That's worth like the planet of Jupiter?
He invented water.
Yeah.
He didn't even go to
Exactly,
Michigan,
that's what
but
I was saying.
He's worth like what, $300 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, the money, I'm not worried about the money. The crazy part is, the thing that I think hurts the most in this one is the 25% reduction in football official visits mixed with that 14-week prohibition on recruiting communications. I need to see when that spans.
How big of a deal is that in the NIL era where you're offering?
Well, it's regardless of, I don't think it matters as much, but you're still going to have to get, and I do want to throw this caveat, they're going to get everybody on campus, the biggest, best recruits. They're going to get those guys on campus. Where this kind of hurts you in the official visit realm is now you can't get as many guys in there as you could have in the past. But
Once again, they cheated. They had an unfair advantage. Cheated and got nothing.
To your point, Cone, with NIL, with
I'm only 5
AI
minutes
and the
into this
virtual
video.
visits they have now, which
Yeah.
are insane if you haven't seen some of these. When I say hurt, I'm telling you right now, Michigan, if I'm a Michigan fan, I'm taking this.
All day.
No vacated title, which means nothing.
Nothing.
They could have vacated. Nobody would have given a damn. But, Cone, if I'm a Michigan fan, shake my hand.
I'm talking to Isaiah Hole right now. I got Steve Davis.
This stuff is over with, right? It's over with,
Stallions
right?
now. Yeah, I mean, again, yeah. So let me I want to try and be as concise and precise as I possibly can. No serious person around this country thought that Michigan's national championship was going to be vacated. No serious person who knows ball around this country has an issue with signal deciphering or even advanced scouting. Jeff Lebby got in trouble for this a couple years ago at Baylor. He missed a half of football, and now he's the head coach at Mississippi State.
Advanced scouting?
But because
That's
this is
cheating.
Jim Harbaugh, the NCAA tried constantly to come after him with full force. Why is that? Who was the first coach in the modern
Oh, he's a
era
Michigan
to
guy.
recommend
Oh,
that
nobody
players
cares
get
about
paid
advanced
to be a
scouting.
part of revenue sharing?
Of
That
course.
was Jim Harbaugh. Who gets money taken out of their pocket now that the players get paid? The NCAA. And all along in the process, Jim Harbaugh, with the cheeseburger gate or advanced scouting, whatever, gave the NCAA the middle finger.
You Michigan losers love to say nobody cares about advanced scouting. Going to games and recording the signals is cheating. You can't do that.
And they want to send a message to him for that. Now, just for the record, I don't take issue with, fanatics and lunatics on Bucknuts, Reddit or whatever, or in East Lansing for coming after Michigan saying, oh, you're a bunch of cheaters. This is college football, man. If you don't have vitriol for your rival,
sure.
like, what are we doing? Like,
This
I
ain't got
get
nothing
that.
to do with no rival.
What
You
I am
cheated.
saying is that with this institution, the NCAA, with how they have failed us constantly, if you want to hop on board with all of this NCAA, Michigan's a cheater train, then don't expect anyone to come to your program's defense when the NCAA comes after you.
Well, and people know if they
The NCAA has proven that they ain't gonna do nothing. We can cheat all that we want to. Ohio State sitting there following all the rules, getting nothing. They cheated and
watch the show and they can go back and watch our interview with Connor, how we feel about the Signal Gate and all this other stuff. This message is sponsored by Raycon. Don't you just love when one of your
Nope, I
better
don't.
than ever now, and now they serve it prior and that's
Turn your best idea.
I would take it hand over fist. I take it hand over fist. If you can just be done with it. So regardless if you think they were right to be punished, how do you feel like this punishment? Do you feel like it's heavy? Do you feel like it's light? Like what is your instant reaction to just the punishment itself? And to be done with it.
Over the last 18 months, a phrase has been used, the NCAA is going to drop the hammer, and that has become synonymous with your national championship is going to get vacated.
Yeah.
Sort of like we've seen them try and do basically with
It's more about
USC and the Pete Carroll.
it's more about the postseason ban.
I was looking around like, vacate the national championship. The head of the NCAA, Charlie Baker, came out the week after and said, no one thinks that Michigan didn't win their national championship fair and square. I think that they took advantage of a new commissioner in the Big Ten, Tony Petitti, year one, and who just felt the need to suspend Jim Harbaugh the day before they go to Happy Valley and play at Penn State. That's a whole different issue. But so if you frame it through Michigan had a chance to lose their national championship in the NCAA standards, and anything short of that is like good, right? Because you don't want your national championship gone. But I still see this laundry list of stuff here, and I see guys who I don't think did anything wrong, who basically didn't do anything that matches an 8-year ban from college football. And I'm thinking like, what are we even talking about here? I don't want to get like too political, but you got guys like Jeffrey Epstein flying around this world. Like you got sex trafficking issues. We can't get any inside information
We're talking
on
about
some
sports.
of these egregious crimes.
You
in
see
the
how
world.
he's deflecting?
And then you go watch your opponent.
You see how he's deflecting away from Michigan, talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Dude's dead. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. So regardless of if they came out or not, it's only going to affect the people who are still alive, which is why they're not coming out. We're not going to talk about that, but Michigan cheated and got nothing. And you're sitting on here talking about, oh, well, we got more important things to go. Of course, we got more important things to worry about, but we talk about sports right now. The topic is sports, and you cheated.
Play in person that was a half-game suspension for a coach a couple years ago who's now a head coach in the SEC, and I'm looking at a laundry list of stuff right here. Something doesn't add up to me.
Well, it's the personal angle with Harbaugh is the thing that makes the most sense to me. Blaine, what do you think about this punishment?
I'll take if I'm Michigan, I'll take this all day.
Yeah.
For a national championship, oh, I'll wash my hands with this. At the end of the day, I think the NCAA is basically a substitute teacher and have no power whatsoever. I laugh at these guys, how they're still an organization. I have no idea. But if I'm a Michigan fan and I see it's just this, and Sharon's going to get one more game suspended, and that's for next year, and it's going to be the first game against Western Michigan, I still have a national championship, and I do agree with you. If you look at that national championship team and see all the talent that was on both sides of the football, and you know ball, you know Michigan deserved to win that national championship. It wasn't because they stole signs. So if I'm a Michigan fan...
All right, we get it. Yeah. At the end of the day, it honestly doesn't matter. They cheated and got away with it. That's the bottom line, and that's why all these Michigan fans are jumping for joy and throwing parties in the street, because you cheated and got away with it. Well, come November, them Ohio State Buckeyes gonna put boots to you know the rest. Anyway, I'm gonna end this right here. You heard how I feel about it. Of course, I'm a Buckeye fan. Blah blah blah. Come November, we're gonna whoop that tail. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hit the like button if you're still here. Subscribe for more. Peace out, y'all.